20 speakers from various different backgrounds. We've got agents and authors and publishers.
Hi, I'm Abby Cofton. I'm the marketing manager at Palgrave Macmillan and for the Writers' Handbook, and very pleased to be here today. It's our second Writers' Handbook live event, and we've got over 100 people here.
Last year was incredibly positive, and we've got a lot of people coming back and then bringing a lot of new people in too.
I'm Barry Turner. I'm editor of the Writers' Handbook, and I'm also a writer and editor who earns his living by those methods. These sort of events are tremendously important. Partly it's a business of people who are interested in writing, coming together and sharing experiences. But it's also a wonderful opportunity for people who really know what they're talking about in publishing, and agents, as other writers, actually give good advice to people that are starting off in this business. And that is what is needed, good advice.
My name's Jenny Parrott and I'm editorial director for literary fiction.
I'm Maggie Dana, and I've written a novel called Beachcombing that was published yesterday by Macmillan New Writing.
I'm Erica Colto. I'm publisher of Ocean Media Books Limited.
My name's Craig Batty and I teach screenwriting at the University of Portsmouth. I'm also the co-author of Writing for the Screen, which is published by Palgrave.
My name's Peggy Vance and I've commissioned books over 20 years.
Hello, my name's Ursula Hurley. I teach creative writing at the University of Salford.
Study the market. It's amazing how many young writers I meet who say that they don't read terribly much, which is an awful thing to say. I think you have to look at what is selling and what is popular.
Less is more, so don't over-egg the pudding. Less description, less character, less plot.
Be persistent. If you're sure that you want to be a writer, it's what you want to do, you've got something to say, then just keep at it, keep doing it.
If you're writing non-fiction, I say to people, you should try and write as clearly as the instructions on how to get out of a plane in an emergency. If you bring a lot of conceits and devices and floral excesses to your writing of non-fiction, your reader will get very fed up indeed.
Go online, look around and become a book reviewer. That's a great tip. It's to review a lot of books, because whilst reviewing books it gives you an insight into the mistakes maybe that authors make.
That's obvious, but the main thing that writers need to do is write, because a lot of people say they want to be a writer, or particularly a screenwriter. And you say, have you ever written anything? And I don't mean anything that's been made, just written anything, a script, and they haven't. They've got ideas, and you really need to write.
The one thing that all writers are forced to do is to distill their story into a few words, and it's called an elevator pitch, for the reason that you have to be able to explain your novel in the time it takes to go from the ground floor to maybe the 5th floor. And so I was actually forced into doing this on Twitter the other day. And afterwards somebody said, well, that sounds really good. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, I've done it. I did the elevator pitch, but it took Twitter to make me do it.
The reason I come to talk to young writers is to make them realise that there isn't really any huge barrier to entry in being a writer.
It's great to have a day like this where writers from all sorts of different backgrounds and walks of life can get together and talk and share experiences.
I'm a writer and I came here today to try and find out more about publishing fiction, and I was very interested in what the agent had to say. I
think it's really good to articulate your ideas to people, because sometimes it's only when you tell people about screenwriting that you realise actually what you think about it and what you understand by it.
They're a great way to network, and having a support group is crucial, and the friends that you can make at places like this, if you connect in person or afterwards online and form a group, that's what will keep you going, because without my online writers group my book would never have been finished.
It's been a really, really fantastic event, lots of people here, a real buzz about the place, and I'm just really, really happy it's been so successful.
Like the stars in the sky.